you were talking about the chase that happened earlier today. What was the call originally came out, and just kind of walk us through what happened?
From what I understand, the call came in as someone driving through Hideaway shooting at individuals on the side of the road. It was dispatched out just shortly after 11 a.m. this morning, and multiple units responded from the sheriff's office, precinct 1, 3, and 5, I think, constable's offices, 1, 4, and 5, I'm sorry, and DPS troopers as well as DPS Criminal Investigation Division all responded and got involved in the pursuit of him, which went through Lindale. Other people got shot at on the side of the road, working on the side of the road. He shot out the window multiple times. He shot at our deputies that were in pursuit, as well as the DPS officers that were in pursuit, and they shot back at him as well. And after they shot back at him, he was unharmed by the shooting at him, but it did stop the pursuit, which ended up in inside Tyler Pipe off Highway 69 North.
Where did it stop at?
At Tyler Pipe, 69 North, in the main gate.
Yeah. I wanted to hit on something real quick, Sheriff. You said that he shot at people on the side of the road?
Yes. Yes.
Like just people that were just working on the side of the road?
Random people working on the side of the road, from what I understood when I was listening to the radio, when I was going to the location en route out there. That's the radio traffic that I heard.
Are y'all releasing the name of the suspect that y'all have in custody?
I don't have it. If you can get it from Larry, that'd be fine. It can be released. He's in custody, so I don't mind him releasing that. And vehicle description is a black Z71 Chevrolet pickup is what he was driving.
Mm-hmm.
And
what are the charges he's facing at this time? Do you know that?
Multiple assault on a peace officer. It will be just to start with the preliminary ones, and depending upon what we find at the house, it'll be other attempted murder. It could be attempted capital murder for the law enforcement and attempted murder for the citizens he was shooting at on the side of the road. Multiple counts of endangering the public from his pursuit, or us pursuing him, causing us to have to pursue him, and we had to be careful. The time of the day it was, there's so many people on the road that the law enforcement that were shooting back at him had to shoot at the actual body of the vehicle instead of through the glass, because that could have gone through and hit somebody else. There's so many people on the road, so that hindered us a little bit as well. But
yeah, following up on that, it's incredible. I believe nobody's been hurt at this point. Is that correct? And if so, is that
nobody seriously hurt? Minor injuries, very minor.
Where does that involve deputies?
We have one deputy that was scratched up a little bit, and his vehicle had a little damage to it, but very minimal.
So
now there were a couple of DPS units, marked units, that they tried to pit him right there on 69, coming out of Lindale towards Tyler Pipe, turning into Tyler Pipe, and that was unsuccessful with a pit. But it did shortly after the pursuit ended, with other units got there in front of him.
So one deputy has minor injuries, you would say, or
very minor?
Yeah.
Really not even enough to speak of at this point.
So he got checked out and he was fine. Just got
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know that he got checked out. There was an ambulance out there, and I don't even know that they were used. They checked out the suspect.
the other people he shot at, you don't know if there's any injuries to those?
I talked to all of them when I was out there, and didn't appear to be.
Okay. And, well, I guess he would know, has he been charged with anything like previous to this day? Is he no?
It's too early to tell. I've been going from place to place to place, and left the funeral of the law enforcement officer from Wood County and as I was getting in my vehicles when I heard the pursuit and headed that way. And just right before I got to Tyler Pipe was when he turned in, and they stopped him.
I guess right now it's probably too early to call if there were any motives for him.
There's no motive at this time that I know of. And I've been in contact with our Captain Railsback, who is running the investigation for us. And the Texas Rangers are doing the officer-involved shooting investigation, which is protocol for us and also protocol for DPS. So I just talked to Lieutenant Nick Castle just a few minutes ago before I talked to y'all, and they have just left the scene they completed what they needed to do out there, and we still have personnel from the sheriff's office out at the actor's residence in Hideaway collecting evidence.
You said that we talked about a search warrant. We also know that this suspect, who we just got the name of handed to us over there, he was supposedly live streaming this shooting on Facebook. What can you tell us about that?
I understand the same thing. I haven't seen any of it, but I did hear the same thing. He was live streaming it. Again, we don't have any motive whatsoever. Hopefully we'll find something at his residence that will shed a little light on his reasoning for doing what he did.
How long would you say the pursuit lasted?
It was just shortly after 11, a good 30 to 30 minutes, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, I listened to it. I first heard it when I was pulling out of Green Acres Church on Troop Highway, and that's when I heard it. And it lasted till, like I said, when I got to where he was at Tyler Pipe is when it ended.
I think that's worth mentioning, Sheriff. There were a lot of law enforcement officers at the funeral this morning, and you all kind of just went there. Does that ring anything in your mind, or could you just talk about that?
Well, I was at the funeral as well as several other deputies, but because of this incident going on, I didn't stay for the outside part of the funeral. I heard this going on, so I left and headed up to the Lindale area where it was happening.
The suspect, was he checked out for any injuries?
He was checked out by the EMS there on the scene.
But he's in jail now?
If he's not, he's on the way to jail.
Okay, but he's in custody. He didn't have any injuries or anything.
Right, he will. I'm looking at potentially multiple charges because each one he shot at will be a different charge, and each time he shot at the public will be a different charge.
And do you know how many times he shot at?
We haven't been able to go through all of that yet because a lot of that, we've got a lot of dash cam video that we have to go through. We had, when I just got there, our CID captain, he did a great job sending our detectives out to all the different locations where we marked where the shots were fired to look for any evidence at the scene, any spent casings or all of that. So they're still doing that as well to try to determine, to corroborate, if you will, the actual shooting. But some of that's probably going to be in his vehicle though, because it's automatic pistol, and most of it's going to come back inside the vehicle.
One thing on that, Sheriff, there were multiple places where you guys were out there looking for, I'm assuming, shell casings with traffic going. How do you kind of work on multiple crime scenes and making sure that that's...
It's very difficult, but we had today we had all the personnel out there. There were multiple units out there from our CID, our patrol, precinct 1, 4, and 5 constables, deputies were out there, several from each office, and then you had Department of Public Safety uniform and Criminal Investigation Division, and then our marked units as well as our Criminal Investigation Division. And pretty much everybody in CID from the Sheriff's Office was out there, which is, if you put all of them together, if they were all out there, is somewhere around 35 or so people, just from the Sheriff's Office.